Here we go. Hi guys, welcome back to another Bannatyne online workout. My name is Lewis. Today's workout is going to be slightly different to one of the previous HIIT workouts, core workouts that we might have had along the way. I've done one other session so far. It's going to involve a muscle group in particular, and this is going to be the second one of that group, and this is going to be a leg workout today, okay? So far I've done a push workout, which involves your chest, your shoulders, your triceps, and today I'm going to take you guys through a leg workout. It's going to be a little bit different to normal. It's going to be it's going to be slower paced than your regular HIIT workout. So I'm going to be taking my time to give you guys a little bit more information about the exercises, what muscles it's working, how to do it correctly, time under tension, and all that sort of thing. Okay, so we'll get going in just a moment. We'll keep the introduction very brief. We don't need to do too much warming up in terms of heart rate because we're just working these leg muscles. So I want to really focus on getting the legs nice and warm before we get into the workout. But yeah, we'll get going very, very shortly. We've got we've got 6 exercises to get through. So what I'm going to do, I did the same with the push workout. I'm going to do the first 2 sets with you on each exercise, and then you guys can pause the video or just catch up at another time, okay, and continue with the other 4 sets. With all of the exercises, I have got your sets and reps that you should be following. Okay, so the first exercise, for example, is going to be 4 sets of 15 reps, and we're all going to try and work through that. Obviously, like I said, I'm going to do the first 2 with you, and then you can continue with the other 2 afterwards, and then catch up when you finish your sets. Okay, so like I said before, it's going to be a lot slower paced. You're probably not going to be getting your heart rate up to serious heights like you normally would with a HIIT workout. But we're definitely going to test those legs and get your legs working properly. You should hopefully feel fairly sore tomorrow, okay? So we'll get going in just a second. I'll explain the first couple of exercises and we'll move from there, okay? But before we start, we need to get nice and warm, okay? So we're going to warm those legs up, warm the hips up a little bit, knees, ankles, and all the rest of it before we get moving. So lower body warm up, we'll keep it very, very brief before we work into those exercises, okay? So nice light jog on the spot here. We're going to do knees up in front of us just for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6 here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet come up behind just here. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Star jumps. Just here. 6 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet are going to go forwards. Toes point forwards or slightly outwards. Okay, your knees are always going to follow the direction of your toes, so please don't let them collapse. Knees stay outwards. You need to use your glute muscles to help rotate them outwards, okay? So what we're going to do, sit into a bodyweight squat. Weight goes through those heels. That chest stays up nice and high. 2, good. 3, just go to 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 on your toes when you're done. 5 seconds, we're going to work into lunges, forward lunges, 3, 2, and 1. Forward lunges just here. Good. There we go. 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. You're going to turn that straight into a reverse lunge, so this direction, foot steps backwards. 4, good. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're going to step your feet to the center. Just some sideward lunges now to finish off. So here, lunge to the side, back up to the top. Just 10. So that's 5 each side. Good. There we go. And last one. To the top, good. Shake his legs out. Hopefully your legs feel a little bit warmer now. I forgot to say previously, just before we started, today's workout is going to be using only household objects, okay? So anything you can find around the house, everybody should be able to find something that I've got hold of. Very, very simple bits of kit, and we're going to make the most use out of them as we can, okay? So the bits of kit you're going to need a rucksack with a bit of weight in it. So chuck some books. I've got some beans in here, anything like that. Some water bottles. Just get as much weight in there as you can. But also you need to make sure that bag's nice and safe. and it's not going to tear at all. After you've got that, grab yourself a towel, okay? Needs to be fairly long. A bed sheet's going to be fine too, something that you can grip onto properly. That's going to be another bit of kit. And then you'll want yourself a chair. Something around knee height is going to be fantastic. If you haven't got the chair, it's not the end of the world. You don't need it. That's just for a little bit extra. I'm sure everybody can find a couch or something around the house though that they can work out in front of. We don't need too much room at all today, guys, so you're really not going to be moving around too much. You're just going to be working fairly stationary, and we're looking to work through those reps, okay? So, like I said, we've got 6 exercises to get through. The first one's very simple. It's just to warm that body up a little bit. We're going to be working through with some bodyweight squats, okay? So the bodyweight squats are very simple. I've shown you all how to do them before. Really easy. All you're going to do, you're going to stand yourself in a feet forward position, so toes forwards or slightly outwards. Knees always stay in the same direction as those toes, okay? If we have our feet into the middle, those knees are going to start collapsing. So it's a really horrible position here, and the squat's not going to go anywhere. Your knees are going to be clashing together, and it's just going to feel really awkward, and you're going to start injuring yourself, okay? So please make sure whenever you're squatting, you're going to find a comfortable position in those feet. Generally, when you're walking and you stop, that's where you want your feet to be, okay? So if you're walking around the street, you stop somewhere, you're pretty much going to stop in the same spot every single time, okay? So that's the position you're going to want your feet in. That's generally your strongest position, okay? So find that position for yourself. Get the chest nice and tall. Easiest way I find is to put my hands up in front of me and look forwards. The minute you look down, your body's going to start following. So make sure you look forwards the whole time. Nice and tall. Sit in, up to the top, in, up to the top, in, and up to the top just there, okay? So that is your first exercise. When we're working with the squat, make sure the knees go out, sit backwards, chest high, that bum's coming down. You're looking for just about a 90 degree. You don't have to go too far down with the squats. What you find if you go too far, your lower back and your hips are going to start turning. If you feel your hips start turning underneath your body, okay, so here, that's fine. There, you still get a little arch at the bottom. You want to stop before you get to that moment. Okay, so stop in that position. First exercise, just to warm those legs up a little bit more. We're going to go 4 sets, 15 reps of bodyweight squats. We're going to go down for 2 seconds and then nice and explosive on the way up, okay? So, feet in, slowly down. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. There's 3 all the way to 15. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See how my knees aren't coming in. 9, 10, 11, looking forwards. 12, fast on the way up. 13, 14, and 15 up to the top. Good, shake those legs out a little bit. So round number 1, this exercise isn't going to give you too much grief at all. We're just looking to warm those legs up a little bit. So the first 4 sets of 15 reps. Generally, we're going to want about 60 seconds to 90 seconds in between the sets. This one you can afford to do a little bit quicker because you are just looking to warm those legs up, get some blood into them, and wake everything up in that region, okay? So give yourself about 30 seconds in between these first exercises, and we'll move into that next one, okay? So next set, bodyweight squats, another set of 15 reps, and then you guys are going to have by yourselves another 2 sets after that to follow, okay? So straight into the next one. Feet, find your position, make sure it's comfortable. Knees go outwards, chest stays high. 2 seconds down, 1 up. Good. Just a 15. Last 5. Good. And 1. There's my reps done, okay. So that's my 2 sets down. You guys have got another 2 to follow that, and so make sure you're doing properly. Look at the way I've been doing the exercises. Yours should look very similar to that. It's not going to look exactly the same just because of the way our bodies are made, or we've got different levers and different lengths of our limbs, okay. But next exercise, you guys are going to need your bag, okay. So make sure you get your bag, chuck it on your back. Make sure it's nice and secure. If you want it to be tight, really pull it so it's nice and tight to your back. You don't want to move around at all. We've got what's called a split squat, okay? So with a split squat, ideally, your feet are going to be hip width apart, and then the next bit's up to you. You can either work it so it's a Bulgarian split squat, so your back foot will be raised, or you can raise the front foot slightly if you want to. If you're going to do one of them, I'd recommend raising the back leg. It's going to put a lot more emphasis on that front hamstring and glute, but it depends on what you want to work. If you want to work just from the floor, you're going to be able to get a little bit more work out of that back quad as well if you want to, okay? So with this one, you've got 4 sets of 12 reps on each leg. So you're going to be here. Anytime we're in a split squat or a lunge position, I've said it before, please make sure these feet stay shoulder width apart, okay? So step from a squat position, foot comes forward, you're not here at all, you're here, okay? So make sure these aren't crossed over, you have a much better base just here, okay? And those feet, you want to find a position that when your feet drop both at the same time, you should have just over a 90-degree angle at your front foot and your back foot, or you can step that front foot out backwards. So you want somewhere around 90 degrees here. So you can see I've got here, and the back leg has also got about a 90-degree bend, and that's going to be the exercise, okay? So with that, you stay in the same position, you're not lunging at all. We stay squared off, feet stay exactly where they are, chest stays high, your back toe is going to dig into the floor, your front heel is going to dig into the floor, okay? So you're going to come down nice and slowly, and then dig both those feet in, straighten at the top, and really get a strong contraction. Down, back up, strong contraction. Down, back up, strong contraction. Please make sure at the top of that rep you're really squeezing these quads in. Okay, so down, push up, squeeze the quads. Down, push up, squeeze the quads. Down, push up, squeeze the quads. Okay, so just here, working through 12 reps on each leg. If you want to put a little more pressure on that back leg, what you can do is lean back a little bit. Okay, and that back quad is going to start working a little bit harder. You should definitely feel the movement catching it, okay? So slowly down again, explosive up, slowly down, explosive up, and we're just looking for 12 reps on each side here, okay? So really focus on digging those back toes right into the floor. Last one there for me, and that's that done, okay? So I'm going to switch those legs around now, straight into the other side. So other foot comes forwards, drop the foot, the back knee, and dig those back toes into the ground, okay? So chest stays high. Again, this backpack shouldn't be moving around too much. It should be nice and secure, all right? So in your own time, get those next 12 done on this opposite leg. Here, up to the top, extend. Extend, I'll show you from the side. So here, drop down, explode up. Both legs are gonna lock out, okay? Legs lock out, lean backwards slightly, put a little bit more weight over that back leg, and you'll find that back quad is going to start working a little bit harder. Good. Six, make sure we get that strong squeeze at the top. There's 7. Good. 8. 9. 10, really push that back, those back toes in. 11, good, last one. 12, good, shake those legs out. All right, so I definitely felt that in my quads. They're starting to get a little bit of blood flowing around them now, so you're going to start to feel a bit of a pump in them. Next set, like I said, with these exercises that get a little bit further on, you're going to want to give yourself 60 seconds and 90-second break. It's important to keep this, the rest fairly short, because one of the things that's going to keep this workout going and keep it difficult is the intensity that we're working with in terms of rest between sets, okay? So if you're working strength training, you're going to want a lot longer. But for this sort of workout, where you haven't got as much weight to play with, one of the things you can do is to tire yourself out with less rest in between those sets, okay? So 60 to 90 seconds, count it down, get your clock ready, and then we're going to get into our second set. Like I said, I'm just doing 2 sets with you guys on these exercises, and I'm going to work through, otherwise the video is going to take a long time, okay? So, ready to work in for that next set. Like I said before, feet, comfortable position, make sure they're hip width. You're going to sit back, so that back toe is digging into the floor, front heel digs in, but if you can, try and keep that body just in the center. If not, slightly lean backwards, so you're working with that weight into that back quad, okay? So just here, up to the top, squeeze in. Make sure you contract those legs at the top, okay? So really, really squeeze them, straighten those legs out, contract the quads, back down. There's 2, squeeze, back down, 3, 4, 5, good. 6, dig that back leg in. 7, good. 8, slowly down, fast up. 9, here's 10, lean right over that leg. 11, lock out, and there's 12. Good, switch those legs over, so the other leg goes forward this time. So, switch the legs around, straight in, quick as you can into that next set. We're gonna be in this position, that split squat, again at the top, you lock both of those feet out, up onto the ball of that back foot, so the heel's raised, you're gonna bring down, lean back slightly, up, squeeze, down, up, squeeze, down, up, squeeze. Make sure you squeeze those legs, guys. There's 4, lean back, there's 5, here, 6, good, 7, working through, good, 8, 9, last 3, 10, look out, 11, look out, final 1, 12, just there. Oh, well, I'm definitely feeling that. That is a nasty, nasty leg exercise. Feel that right up in those quads, okay? So the quads are the muscles that run across the top of that front, the thigh at the front. It's gonna work, it's gonna attach here and up at the hip. So the knee to the hip is gonna work with that range of the leg, okay? Other important muscles in the legs or leg group, you've got your glutes, you've got your hamstrings, you've also got your calves, just down the back, okay? So at the bottom of your leg. I'm sure you guys have heard all those phrases before, especially if you're into your gym training. But for those of you that don't know, that is where the muscles are that I'm going to be talking about in this session. Okay, so next bit's a little bit different. You are going to need your bag back on in a second, but for the sake of showing you, I'm going to take it off, and then when we get into the actual workout, the exercise, I'll chuck it back on and do that with you, okay? So this round you've only got 3 sets to work with, but it's a superset. So you've got a towel isometric and then a backpack squat, okay? So the backpack's gonna be on the whole time. Basically, if you watched my video before with the push session, you're gonna be using a towel to create force against, but you're not gonna be able to move that body, okay? So the towel is basically a movable object. You're gonna be able to create a ton of force for that. Don't need that, do I? All we're gonna do is spread it out on the floor. You're gonna want to have yourself the longest part of the towel. So it needs to be a fairly long one. Just here, hold onto it nice and tight, and you're gonna wanna put yourself over the top and into a squat position, okay? If you can, you want the towel to be as flat as possible, all right? So just here, get the long ends, stand on top, just here, and we're gonna be here. From this position, we're gonna grab onto that towel as tight as we can with those hands. We're gonna bring our hands down until we find a squat position. Okay, so like I said before, we're gonna hold ourselves with those knees in the correct position. That chest is gonna stay up high. Very important that our chest stays up high and that body stays central. Otherwise, what's gonna happen, I'll show you from the side, is that body's gonna start dropping as soon as you straighten those legs, okay? So we're gonna start here. All right, tuck that bum in, bring that chest up high. You should be able to see your knees just on the front of your forearms. And that bum and chest should be up nice and high. So hold in. All you're gonna do, stand up, create as much tension in those legs as you possibly can, okay? So hold on with your hands, get that chest high, don't let the body move, but what you're trying to do is stand up and pull that towel with you, okay? The towel's not gonna move because you're holding onto it and you're standing onto it at the same time, but the idea of it is to try and stand up to the ceiling if you can. Hold on as tight as you can with those hands. As soon as you've done a 15-second hold there, we're straight into 15 seconds with backpack squats, okay? If you do this correctly, as a pre-exhaust, those squats aren't gonna be easy at all. With the squats, we're still looking for time under tension, so you want a couple of seconds down, 2 or 3 seconds down, and then as fast as you can on the way up, okay? So, grab hold of your towel, get yourself set, and we'll get working any minute now. I'm gonna count those 15 seconds for you, just here. So make sure the towel's nice and flat. Hold on to it nicely with those hands. You're gonna bring yourself in to a squat position. Okay, so we're gonna be here. Make sure these knees are in the correct position as well. So your knees aren't collapsing. You want them outside a little bit. Gonna be here. And you're pushing up and holding on as tight as you can for 15 seconds. Ready to work in 3, 2, and 1. Stand up. There's 10. Last 3, 2, and 1. Straight into those bodyweight squats. Get rid of that towel. Chuck it to the side. Chest up nice and tall. 3 seconds down. Fast as we can up. So 1, 2, 3. Up nice and tall. 1, 2, 3. Up nice and tall. 1, 2, 3. Up nice and tall. We've got 15 here. There's 6. 8. Good. There's 10. 12. Last 3. Good. 2. Good. Last 1. Just here. All right. And that is that set complete. Okay, so I'm sure you guys noticed those squats after that towel isometric, they're going to feel a lot different to usual. Your body's already used a ton of muscles, a ton of fibers. It uses up a lot of energy on the isometrics. They're already going to be feeling fairly tired, and that's used as a pre-exhaust, which is going to make that second exercise a lot more difficult, and you're going to get maximum benefits out of it, considering it is such a little weight to be working with. Okay, so we're getting to the next set in about 60 seconds or so. Your legs should definitely have felt that one. If they didn't, you need to work harder with that towel. Okay, so stand right in, hold it, stand up nice and tall. So sit low, sorry, and you're going to try and stand nice and tall, but because you're hanging on with those hands and you're standing on it with those feet, it isn't going to go anywhere. Okay, so 45 seconds, and we're going to get back in to that next round. Set 2 for me. You guys have got another set or 2 to follow. Up to you. If you want to do 4 of these, fantastic, go for it. If you feel like you can only work with 3, not a problem. It's definitely not an easy exercise to be working with. Okay, so get yourself set. Got about 30 seconds or so into that next round. We're back in again with that towel isometric and a backpack squat. Okay, if you find it still too easy, guys, on that next set with your isometric, make sure you hold it for a little bit longer. So instead of 15 seconds, push to 20 or 25. You don't really want to go much further than 20 if you can help it. What you probably need to do is focus on standing up and being a lot tougher in that position, and pulling up a little bit higher if you can. Okay, so get your towel set, get yourself ready, stand on it, find that same position with those feet. So your feet are always going to be in that same position for squats, just here. So there's mine, around shoulder width apart. Okay, I'm going to hold onto that towel nice and strong. Let's tuck in, knees come outwards, chest comes high, and we're going to work in 5 seconds for 15. In 3, 2, and 1. Stand up nice and tall. Last 3, 2, and 1. Get rid of the towel. Straight into your 15 squats. Just here. Sit down, stand up, sit down, slowly, stand up fast. There's 7. Good, keep pushing. Like I said before, those guys, those knees always stay outwards. There's 10. Last 5. Good, nearly there. Good. slowly down, and last one, up we go, good. That is exercise number 3 complete, okay? So hopefully you found that fairly effective. Like I said before, using those towels isn't something you'd usually do, but it's a great way to pre-exhaust, fantastic way to try something new, and just to give yourself new ideas and show you that, that you can use pretty much anything around you to have a workout if you need to, okay? So you guys have got another set or 2 there. It's up to you. If you feel like you can push for 4, fantastic, go for it. If not, don't worry yourselves, and just do the extra 1 set. But make sure we're holding for 15 to 20 seconds on that towel work, okay? Next exercise, we've got some cossack squats with a backpack involved, okay? So, like before, you don't need too much weight with this one. We're going to chuck the backpack on because it is nice and light. This one you're going to be working the glutes, hamstrings, and you're going to get a little stretch in that adductor as well, okay? So we'll get moving in just a second. Make sure you guys have enough rest after that next set. But whilst you do, I'll show you through the exercise, okay? So backpack on, stand nice and tall. You're on your feet this time to be a little bit further, so maybe twice your shoulder width apart. So legs nice and wide. Your toes are going to point off at a 45-degree angle, so they're not forwards, they're going to be slightly outwards, okay? What's going to happen is we're going to come up onto the heel of one leg and sit into the other side, okay? So we'll drop down this way, we're going to go down as low as we can, okay? Backpack, a little bit of added weight. There shouldn't be too much in there, so it shouldn't be too difficult. If you get stuck, put your hands on the floor or just above that knee, okay? Make sure it is on that thigh and not on that knee, okay? So next set, it's going to look something like this, move that other way. So you're going to come up onto the heel on one, over, back up, over, back up, over, back up. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and so on. We've got 12 reps on each leg there, so it's going to be 1 set of 24 reps, okay? So you're alternating the sides, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 24, or if you want to count 1, 1, 2, 2, then you're going to go to 12, okay? So up to you with that one, but we're going to get working straight away with those Cossacks. We've got 24 reps to get through. So feet about 45-degree angle outwards, jumping down onto one foot, and the heel on the opposite side is going to, you're going to turn onto that heel, and those toes are going to point upwards, okay? So here, ready to work. Next set in 3, 2, and 1. Nice and low, up to the top, up to the top, up to the top, okay? There's 4, 5, 6, 7, good, 9, 10, 11, 12, halfway, 17, good, 18, last few, 20, last 1, 2, 3, final one now, 4, up to the top, good. All right, so let's legs out a little bit. So hopefully you guys felt that one in your glutes. If you didn't, take your feet a little bit further apart. You should find that you're comfortable jumping from side to side. If that's a problem for you, potentially something to do with the range of motion, you might not have that mobility for it just yet, in which case work on your side lunges, work on your forward lunges, and work on that hamstring and adductor flexibility, okay? They're always good places to start with that to work through, okay? So that's round 1 done there. We've got another 1 to go. 1 with me to go, and then you guys have got 2 afterwards. You're going to be into 4 sets of 12 reps each leg on this one. And then after that, we're going to get into some calf work, okay? So something a little bit different. I'm sure everyone knows how to work their calves, but there is something slightly different for you guys to try today. I'll spend a little bit more time on that one with you. Okay, so feet apart, back into that next set. 24 reps again. Like I said, keep that rest nice and short if we can help it. Find your comfortable position, and you're into those Cossacks for another 24, okay? Ready to work in 3, 2, and 1, down to the side, off we go. Good. 4, up to the top, then down, 5, good. 6, 7, up to the top, 8, back up, 9, 10, nearly there. 11, chest stays high. 12, 13, 14, last 5 each leg. Good. Working. Good. Nearly there, last 5. Now 4, 3, 2, last 1. Just here. And up to the top, stretch those legs out. Okay guys, so that is my glute, quad and hamstring exercises completed with all of you. So through that we had our bodyweight squats, 4 sets of 15 reps. We had our backpack split squat, 4 sets of 12 reps each leg. We had the towel isometric and the backpack squat for your third round. The fourth one, we just finished those backpack cossacks, which should be 4 sets of 12 reps, okay? So again, like I said to you before, I'm working 2 sets with you. You should be doing another 2 on your own, okay? So you should have enough guidance to work through them on your own. If you don't, reverse the video, go back to the beginning of the exercise, make sure you pay attention to it and make sure you get that technique locked down, as that is the most important thing about all of these exercises. If you're not working the right muscles, first of all, you could potentially get injured, and second of all, you're wasting the exercise completely, because it should be specifically targeting different muscle groups and different areas of that body, okay? So next exercise we're going to work into, you're going to want a couch or something to hold on to with, and then something to pop your toes on, anything raised. You don't need that, you can just do it on the floor if you want. We're just going to work with some calf raises, okay? So I'm going to do it on the floor because I haven't got a lot to work with, but what you can do is chuck your toes on some books or something just to raise them off the floor a little bit, so you get a little bit of a better eccentric, okay? So you should be able to extend that calf a little bit further if you have raised toes on a book or something. Make sure you have something to hold on to. So I'm going to grab the chair, put myself just in front of it. Here, your hands are just to guide you, okay? So chuck your backpack on, you don't really need it too much, it's not going to help out loads, but every little helps there, all right? So this is to guide you. Your feet, one foot's going to come behind and just wrap it round, so wrap the toe around the back of the leg or something. All you're going to do, hands stay where they are, just for support, to balance. You want those toes to dig into the ground as strong as you possibly can, okay? So forget about what the heel's doing. I want you to really focus on trying to get your feet into the floor, okay? So pretend the floor's sand or something instead of something hard, and you want to push those toes right into the sand to get it to go down. You guys have got 20 reps on each leg, okay? You're going to come up to the top, squeeze, back down, up to the top, squeeze, back down, okay? Every single rep, come up. These are just to guide, down, up, back down, up, and back down, okay? So fast up, slowly down, fast up, slowly down. Go all the way to 20 here. Good. Back down again. Get those reps. There we go, so we come up nice and strong, slowly on the way down. Up nice and strong, slowly on the way down. Up again, and slowly on the way down, okay? So really make sure you're focusing on what those toes are doing. You want to get that position at the ankle to be as flat as you possibly can, okay? So if you're just raising your heels off a little bit, there's a lot more range that you've got to work with. You really want to try and get a nice flat angle down here on those toes, okay? So make sure that ankle goes as far as possible. Last couple reps for me. Up again. 2 more. Last one. We go back down. We're going to switch those legs over. So this time, other foot comes behind. You're going to lock it behind that leg anyway you like, just somewhere comfortable. Hands in, come up, squeeze in, drop it back down nice and slowly. Up, squeeze in, drop it down nice and slowly. Up, squeeze, down slowly, all the way to 20 reps. Just there, okay? So come up, hold it, back down. That leg wants to stay straight. Hold it, back down, leg stay straight. Hold it, and back down. Good, just there. Down we go. Down we go. And keep repeating through this until you find your 20 reps, okay? So just here. Up again. Nearly there. Like I said, you're really trying to get that ankle to be nice and flat. So you're going to flat line right the way down that shin to those toes if you possibly can, okay? Last couple. and there is my reps there. Okay, so that is your first exercise there for the calves. I don't need to show you that one again because it's very, very straightforward. But with that one, you're looking to complete 3 sets of 20 reps on each leg, okay? So make sure you switch legs each time. So that was 1 set there. You've got another 2 to go. But like I said, very, very simple. Just make sure we come up, hold it, and then bring it back down again, okay? Bring it down slowly. As before, if you can, get those toes raised off the floor slightly so you have a little bit more of an angle to work with at the bottom. It's going to allow that calf to stretch out even more when you're working through that exercise, okay? Next one, slightly different, something that some of you might not have seen before. It could be a new exercise for you, so it's definitely worth giving it a go and trying it out. A lot of the time, I know you're probably looking at my calves and thinking, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But a lot of the time, people, when they're training their calves, they're not going to train them as much in a shortened position as they can, okay? So something that's definitely going to get your calves feeling a little bit different is to work them in a shortened position, all right? So this exercise is very strange, it feels weird, and your calves could possibly cramp up, so just be careful. You need something to hold on to that can take your weight, okay? So something that you can hang on to and you can lean back against, all right? You're gonna be here, you're gonna sit in, okay? So feet nice and close together. You're gonna be here in this position, and if you can get into a low position, fantastic. If not, bring yourself up a little bit higher, okay? But you want a smaller gap here as you possibly can, and then you want those heels to be flat on the floor and that chest up nice and high. From here, what happens is you're gonna pretend that someone's got your ankle and they're pulling it forwards, okay? So you want this ankle and heel to go up to the top. So you're in this position, just here, I'm sure you can see, and back down, okay? So here, up to the top, squeeze, back down, up to the top, squeeze, and back down, okay? So this movement here isn't too difficult. The hard bit is going to be pulling this ankle forwards, okay? So you really want to bring this through in this direction, okay? So there's 3, 4, squeeze in, good, 5, good, 6, good, 7, pull those ankles forward, 8, work into 15, 9, good, squeeze at the top, 10, there we go, 11, ankles forward, 12, good, 13, 14, and last one, 15, just there, let those ankles down and come up nice and slowly, okay? So, a lot of blood's going to build up in there, it's going to get trapped, okay? So make sure when you stand up, come up nice and slowly, okay? Make sure you hang on to something. There's not much movement going on with those legs and you're going to get a lot of blood trapped in, and they are going to feel, they could possibly cramp up at any moment, okay? So when you stand up, nice little walk, a few steps out, rotate your ankles if you want to, it helps a little bit. It's going to help move that lactic acid around. But yeah, with this one, like I said before, short, sharp rests, so 60 to 90 seconds. You've got 3 sets of 15 reps. That was our first set. I'm going to do one more with you because it feels fantastic for me. One thing you really need to make sure you're doing, like I said before, make sure you really pull these ankles forwards, okay? So you need to pretend that someone's got, I don't know, a bit of string or something attached to the front of the ankle right on the bend, and you're going to pull it as far forwards as you can so you have a nice flat line from that shin right the way down to the toes, okay? Otherwise, you have a lot more movement to work with in that calf, okay? So next set, last one from me, and then you guys can finish up, and we'll get stretched out quickly from that point and wrap up there, okay? So next set, straight in, feet in, bring those toes forwards and back down, okay? So here, bring them all the way forwards, squeeze at the top. So when we get there, don't stop, try and keep pushing, okay? So really try and keep pushing those calves in. There's 4, good, 5, good, 6, 7, keep pushing them forwards, 8, good, 9, all the way to 15, 10, there we go, 11, last few, keep pulling those ankles right through, last few, 1, 2, and 3, reps done. All right, stand up nice and slowly, Give your legs a little bit of a shake out. That exercise feels really, really horrible in those calves, okay? Find yourself a bit of space. We're going to stretch out those calves to start with, then we'll grab a seat and stretch out the rest of the body, okay? So if you can do, hang on to something. All you're going to do, step 1 foot backwards slightly, drop that heel into the floor. If the heel touches, just keep wiggling that foot out until it can't touch, and you're going to try and push it right leg backwards if you can, okay? So 10 seconds here, 9, 8, let me move that so you can see, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch it round. Other leg goes backwards, and you're going to try and push that heel right into the floor, okay? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Grab a seat on the floor for me, guys. So quick stretch on the floor. Legs out in front, keep them nice and straight. Reach down towards those toes. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1 foot over the top. So just here, you're gonna hug that knee into the body. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch around to the other side. Good. 6 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Feet into the center, just here. Pull those feet in nice and close. Hands on the ankles, elbows on those knees. Push them down. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Up to your feet. Last one. Quick stretch in those quads. So pull one foot up behind. If you need to hold on to something, it's going to make it a little bit easier. Going to pull that heel right into the bum. Keep those knees nice and close together and point that knee down to the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Switch it round. Other side. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Share your arms and legs out, guys. Massive clap to all of you. If you got this far, thank you very much for joining in. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I do. I really enjoy this sort of thing. It's definitely more my sort of training. It's fantastic. There's always something new to learn as well. There's been a lot of do's and don'ts in this video, so hopefully you guys managed to keep up and understood exactly what I was talking about. Hopefully you felt the exercises and the correct muscles. But that was my home leg workout using only household equipment, okay? So don't forget to give us guys a like on Instagram, all of our social media, okay? Hope you're all looking after yourselves. Thank you for continuing to keep fit. We'll see you in club very, very soon. And yeah, take care, guys. Thank you for watching.